How y'all doing out there? This is Tyler also with MSTv Dallas. Right now, I'm with the man, the myth, the legend, Adrian Paul.
I like that, the myth. I was a myth. I was a myth in my mother's eye too. Yeah.
The man behind Duncan McCloud. Say my people out there in Dallas, how
you doing? Listen, I was in Dallas like, what was it, about 4 months ago in Dallas.
What?
And I'm going back to Dallas. Yeah, I've got
Really?
stuff. Yeah, I might be doing a poker event of for my charity in Dallas again.
Man, so we're going to have to get some information about that charity.
Yeah, you might. Well, the charity is the Peace Fund.
Oh.
Protect, educate, aid children every day.
Oh, that's
which
cool.
I've had for 20 years.
Oh, wow, that's
when
awesome. Is it based in Dallas? Or?
No, it's based in Los Angeles, but I've done it all over the world. I've done it in Haiti, in the United States, Hungary, Cambodia, El Salvador. You know, currently we're working on sending supplies to kids in Houston and the hurricane. Yeah,
and we greatly appreciate that help.
Well, it's just a little bit. You know, anybody does a little bit. You know, just do a little bit. That's all it takes. For a lot of people, do a little bit. It's a lot.
Definitely. All right, for the young kids out there, right? Because the young kids, there's a lot of generations who aren't familiar with Highlander.
I said that in my speech just now. I'm like, you guys don't even know. You're not even old enough. My show went off the air before you were born. Yeah.
Kind of give them, basically, I'd like to know, is how'd you got connected with Highlander? How did you get involved in it?
Well, it's like anything, you know. It's like as a young actor, I went in and I auditioned for the role, and I walked into a hotel room and I had the confidence. I think I walked up to the match and I said, you don't have to interview anybody else, I'm the guy. Wow. And I was the first person they saw, funny enough. And then they went through another 500 people. But I was so determined, I knew this part was mine, that I really worked hard at trying to get it. And I think that's important to understand as well.
Wow. Because I noticed in the movie and in the series that they had you doing a lot of physical things, and I was just curious as to what was your love first, the acting or the martial arts?
No, acting was always, you know, I mean, I was very physical as a kid. I mean, I was on the sports team, I was on the rugby team, I was on the athletics team. I did all of that stuff. So physical stuff was kind of in my blood. I was a semi-pro soccer player, so you know, I did all that. When I went to acting, I really found what I really wanted to do. Okay. It's something that touched me here, that I understood. I really want to do this, and so that was my first part. But then the action part of it came because I got Highlander, and I'd done a couple of small, you know, stuff that I was working on, and I'd worked on as a taekwondo and sword for about a year before. But Highlander was really the one that got me involved, really saying, okay. Because when I got it, and this is something you have to really understand, when you get a role or you're doing something, you got to work hard to keep it.
True.
Right?
Especially if it's an opportunity.
Yeah, you don't get that opportunity very often.
Right.
Right? You don't. I mean, there are actors out there, they go out there, oh, I'm on a show, it's going to be the rest of my life. No, it's not. Because fame doesn't really matter. Fame is not what matters. It's not. I'll explain that in a minute. But the point is that when you've got something that you've got an opportunity to do that, work at it. So I went out and I studied after the show, during the show, in the break. I was working with my Sifu in Hung Gar Kung Fu and different weapons forms and all that. So I worked at it to get better, to make sure that people would want to see me doing the stuff that I was doing.
Right. And what's the end product everybody rejoices in love? One thing I want to know, another thing is, what do you think after everything happened with Highlander, what do you think you gleaned from it? What kind of resonated with you that you say you could walk away from it?
I think my character.
Okay.
And I'll say that because an acting teacher said something interesting to me once. He said, you know, as you change as a human being, you'll change as an actor. And as you change as an actor and you understand that, you'll change as a human being. And what Highlander did for me, the values that the character I was playing for, I understood those were the values I wanted to instill in my life. And that's why I started my charity in 1997. Because that's what it gave me. So if it gleaned anything, fame was not what it gleaned for me. What it gleaned for me was my soul and my character. That's what I think it gleaned.
Yeah, that was because Duncan McCloud is a very strong character and touched a lot of many different people in a lot of different ways. Yeah. So when did you notice after doing this role that you were no longer in Kansas anymore and life had changed?
It's funny you should mention that because I'm about to do a new series, I'm about to do a new pilot. It's called The Devil Came from Kansas.
Really?
Yeah, and I played the devil.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
Anyway,
that
we'll
should
see
be
that. Yeah,
interesting.
it'll be interesting if it gets picked up, you know. But anyway, so when did I know I wasn't in Kansas anymore? You know, it's interesting because the Highlander was what we called the best kept secret in Hollywood. Nobody knew it existed.
Really?
No, and it wasn't advertised. It just gradually grew in popularity. Across the world, it grew very quickly because in France it was advertised, etc. But it was only until you start going out and then suddenly people are recognizing you everywhere, and you know, bizarre things are happening. People are like, "Oh my God, it's you!" And people run past you and go,
Like being chased out the Vatican?
Yeah, like being chased out the Vatican. Yeah, I did that. Or seeing two guys go down the Champs-Élysées. I'm walking down the Champs-Élysées and I see these two guys run. This is what people do. And I'm sure loads of you have done it when you see your favorite actor. This is what's going to happen. And don't do it because they don't think they can't see you. You'll run past and stop as if you're just looking at the shop window, and then you'll look around and see whether or not it's them. And then you'll walk back and go, it's them. So these two guys have done exactly that.
Really?
And then suddenly they go past me, and I'm like, oh, whatever. So they go past, and I don't see them anymore. And I'm walking. I get to the crosswalk, and I'm about to cross in the middle of the Champs-Élysées, and all of a sudden I turn to the right. One's on his knees, and the other one's up in going, ah, chop! And the other one goes, ah! I'm like, oh, dude, no, not now, not now. So when you get things like that happen, you realise that people are watching what you're doing.
That is amazing.